Boy, if I would have known the road that we were about to embark on was that long, I would probably have been like, you know what? I'm not going to go for Tokyo. Because it was a long one. And then you get there, and I'm in quarantine for like 4 or 5 days. I don't remember how long. But I didn't get to... So we got there Saturday.
You weren't there when I got there, right? Well, you weren't in the village, or did you leave after I got there? I forget.
I got there 2 weeks after we got there. Like, we arrived.
Oh, right.
Yeah, so we arrived on a Saturday, right? And we spent all day in the airport.
Right.
We got in at like 3 p.m., somewhere like that. Uh-huh. And then I didn't get to my room till 4 a.m.
Oh, God.
And, yeah, and then they let us know that, okay, breakfast is from 8 to 9. And I'm like, oh, my God. Like, so I'm going to get, like, no sleep.
Or don't eat.
Yeah. And every morning, 8 o'clock, they called, let me know it was breakfast. But they wouldn't let me out of the place until USOC busted me out of there and put me into... like their hotel, which ended up being the Hilton, which was sweet.
Is that where Sean and everyone was staying?
Sean,
Sean Scott and the whole...
No.
That's where I stayed.
Oh, really?
When I first got there, I was there for 2 days, waiting for like the official pull-out of Taylor.
Yeah. So Tuesday, they busted me out, and I still hadn't like left the room. I was there, for a few days. Couldn't get a lift in. They gave me a box of water, so I was using that for some kind of load to get like a little lifted. But the room was, I mean, I could almost touch both walls with my arms, and it was like...
Oh, my God.
And they they had a sports psychologist talk to me every day to see if I was doing okay. I'm like, listen, like, I'm the perfect person to deal with this. This is like, whatever, my 4th Olympics. I'm pretty mentally stable. I like to think of myself pretty mentally stable. So I'm good. You don't have to waste your time with me, It's like, I got to check in. And I was like, all right. Yeah. But then, so Tuesday they bust me out, and I get the lift at, what was the place called that they had the gym? Whatever, USOC rented out like a school. They had a gym there, so I got a lift in once.
The High Performance Center. Or whatever,
exactly.
Right? Yeah.
I got a lift in once everyone was gone, and then still no word on practices. Wednesday comes along. Sean Scott, head of USOC at USAV Beach.
Yeah.
Is like trying to get me out there, and they finally say, okay, I can practice at 10 p.m. that night, Wednesday night, by myself. And
I'm down to get out. It's not going to be that helpful. But.
Sean was, he's like, he can't do anything by himself, really, other than jump serve, really.
Right.
And so they let my coach out, Jason, who was actually in the same boat as I was. But for those who don't know, like, because I sat in front of Taylor on our flight from LA to San Francisco, I was considered close contact.
It was just the little hour-long flight.
And we're both in obviously in masks because we were on plane, and
and then you're like getting tested every second, every morning.
26 tests in 15 days. 100%.
Was this like the nose? The nose, or was it like a swab?
Most of them were the nose.
Man.
And one time I I had to go to the village to get the test, and one time I recorded, and the dude everywhere's like no camera, no phones, whatever. And the dude saw me, and boy, he made me pay. He set that thing up. Dude, and it was already like a little sore from the
other 20.
Yeah, so I would have to tell him this one was feeling pretty good. Yeah, it sucked. But
dude,
the whole Olympics was kind of a little lame, right?
Yeah, even for my first Olympics, because I had been to. It sounds weird, but I'd been to World University Games twice and Pan American Games, And World University Games in China was like insane. It was the same scale as Tokyo, but there was people there. Dang. So I was like, wow, Wugs was way nutser than this. It was like mellow. Yeah, it was pretty lame.
Yeah, it's really like a shame. Like they built this big, beautiful stadium.
Yeah.
And the energy would have been awesome in there, right?
It was like the perfect.
And then it's just like crickets in there, like 50 people in there. Yeah. But it is what it is.
Yeah. What a crazy experience. I mean, for me, it was great because I literally had nothing to lose.
Yeah.
Everything was just positive for me.
Yeah.
But for you, it was like, it's a good thing it was your fourth, but like, I guess everyone there kind of had been there before except for Taylor and had some experience. But going in where you're like, okay, I'm trying to peak mentally, physically, and then it's like, okay, and now you're stuck in a room.
Yeah.
And you can't lift, you can't play, you can't like fine-tune any of your things that you've been training for like years now. Yeah. It's just insane.
It was a shame. I was playing some pretty good ball leading up to Tokyo. And I felt like all my momentum going into it was like lost.
How could you possibly have momentum with that?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, sitting in a room for 4 or 5 days.
Yeah.
And we weren't allowed to train against the team. It was really like, man, I felt like I was a leper. Like I had my own car that was completely like plastic. There was a whole thing of plastic separating me from the driver. And they dropped me off, and they always knew I was coming, and the guy was there to meet me. And then we'd walk through security and whatever, and he would like shoo everyone away. Dude, it was crazy. And,
oh my gosh.
Yeah, like, everyone
just to, like point it out.
Like, got out of the way.
Right.
And, yeah, he must have been saying like, keep your distance or something.
Right.
And it's really kind of strange. We couldn't use like the shower. I couldn't use the showers there, or like if I used the bathroom there, they had to sanitize it right when I was done. It was crazy.
Didn't you get? I remember seeing a picture or video or something where like Nick was getting showered, but Jason was like squirting you with the hose.
Oh, we had a big like fire hose for the courts.
Use the shower,
also, I checked the water source of that later. I went and looked at the giant like reservoir thing. I was like, there's definitely some larva in there or something.
Yeah, it was warm. It was warm. Warm water, yeah.
Oh, what an experience. I mean, like someone maybe younger, or maybe if it was your first Olympics, could have really gotten mind fucked by all that, like in a bad way.
Yeah, like the Czech guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
I feel terrible for them.
Yeah, and like they were playing good ball too. And they tried to make it out of pool. Like they kind of had like an uphill battle. Right.
And who did they play? What, Russia and Mexico? Or was it just Mexico? Because they had to forfeit to Toxin.
Oh, that's right.
Plavins, I think. And then did they play 2 or just 1?
I think they played 2.
Okay.
And I think they won in a tight 3-setter and then lost in a tight 3-setter.
Okay.
And they needed to win like both in 2, I think. Or I don't remember. I had plenty of time on my hands, so I was doing all the math. I watched a lot of volleyball, and which was kind of cool.
Yeah, I was about to say, what did you do? Because when we had Taylor Crabb on, man, he was talking about because his isolation was a whole different.
Yeah,
battle. He said his window was like he couldn't open. He couldn't open. Did you have a window?
No.
Oh yeah.
You didn't have a window?
I mean, I had a window, but it looked right into a gray wall. Like that was like 10 feet away.
Okay.
So like I didn't get much like natural sunlight, which was kind of tough. Yeah. I actually. To get used to the humidity there, whenever I'd sneak out of the room, and there was like a stairwell outside, and I'd kind of keep an eye on it to see when the sun was shining on the stair, and then I'd pop out and like do like a 15-minute workout.
Right.
Hopefully not get caught. Like if I would have got caught, I don't know. Like would they kick me out of the Olympics? I don't know.
I might be in a Tokyo prison today.
Can you imagine?
Yeah.
My God, that was insane. There definitely needs to be like a documentary that comes out or something about like what actually happened to the athletes in the Olympics. There's probably so many stories just within our sport, there's a bunch of like nut stories.
Yeah. The Czech girls they got...
Oh, Czech girls too?
Yeah, they
were
didn't even
gone.
play, right?
Yeah, and Marketa Slukova, she just retired. She didn't play again. And so Bar's still playing, but they had to forfeit. And I think their coaching staff got it. I think
Simon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just, that was brutal. Because all the Czech teams were playing great.
Yeah.
And then, just shitty.
Yeah.
So it goes sometimes, I guess.
Yeah. I don't know if it's better for that to be like your last Olympics or your first. Because now, I mean, you can only go up from here. You and Taylor Crabb, you're not going to get a worse Olympic experience than what you guys got.
I mean, I had a great experience. I was going to be sitting
were
at
half
home
money.
or I could just watch what's going on over there.
Yeah.
You kind of played like you were playing with like the house's money. Like like there was no pressure. Like
not really. I mean, pretty much.
Yeah.
I just was like, Jake, this is my set. Like this is the set I want. That was the priority. And then I told him, let me make a few bonehead errors because I just need to do that every once in a while, and I need to know that it's okay because I need to play free and like loose. And then everything from there, I was like, oh, see what happens.
I think you had the highest hitting percentage in the tournament, right?
Yeah. So he got my set down.
Yeah. I mean, that's not surprising.
We weren't. He's legit setter. We just didn't get stops defensively, but I'll take it.
Yeah.
Get some wins. My first match against Adrian, and I was like full-time defense for the first time. I was like, oh, it's not the best guy to be. He might just don't let him cross me up.
Yeah.
You know, with his trickery, and pass the sky ball. Pass the first sky ball well, and don't let him break my ankles.
Did you hear what happened with Adrian and Enrico? Right?
Yeah.
Kind of.
Like the Italian Federation.
Oh yeah. I did hear.
Did not give him any funding, so they couldn't bring a coach. Nothing. They gave all the funding to Nikolai Lupo.
Mm-hmm.
So Nikolai Lupo was rolling around like 4 deep coaches, right? And then poor Adrian and.
That's been the story of his whole career, kind of.
Yeah.
In a lot of ways.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was telling me about that. Like, he was totally like mindfucked going into it because it was like Italy, like it felt like they were like disowning him. Like, you're not playing for us. He's like, well, I'm like representing us in the Olympics. I qualified and like I'm wearing this flag in the Olympics. Like, so he was like not in a good mental space playing